Is it possible to replace an entire gym for under $30? Kinda. Hi, I'm Jason Pierce. I'm a personal trainer, and today I want to talk about resistance bands. Now, these things are great for a lot of purposes, and they can almost replace a gym. I do believe that they are a good supplement to anybody's workout routine, however. There are several things that they do very well that you can't do with free weights. On the other hand, there are several things you can do with free weights that you can't do with bands. Now, obviously, the first best thing about bands is that they are incredibly portable. You don't need much space to have a workout with bands. You don't need a gym, you don't need a big room, you only need about, maybe 5 feet around you to really get a good workout with bands. You can put them in your suitcase and take them with you when you travel, and you don't need a lot of space to store them either. You can stick them in a drawer or chuck them in a closet or hang them on a hanger. And they're under $30. You can find them for under $20. Now that's not a one-time buy and you're done. The thing about them is they will wear out over time and you'll have to replace them. Having said that, I've had this set, and you can tell they're a little discolored. I've had these for... honestly don't know how long I've had these. I've had these for years, and they're fine. A weight is always going to be that weight no matter what you're doing, right? It's that weight. Whereas a band starts at 0 and slowly ramps up to its maximum. It's a much gentler movement on your joints overall. They're really good for doing functional movement patterns, learning patterns. So if you are new to weightlifting, this is a great way to start. You can do all of the basic movements of weightlifting with bands in a gentler way and an easier way and get your movement patterns down before you hit the weights themselves. And another thing that's great about these is because of that constant resistance, you are actually activating your core a lot more with bands. And you might not even realize you're doing it. Because these move out and there's tension at weird angles, you're stabilizing in a different way, and this will really help build your core up. One thing you can really do that's great with these is a good warm-up, even if it's all you're using them for. I love these shoulder rotations and band openings to your chest. They're just amazing for just warming up the shoulders and chest. You can do curls. And there's Finn. You can do overhead press, shoulder press. There's another name for that. So deadlift is another one you can do with this. And this one's called a good morning. It's very similar to a deadlift, but the stress is at your shoulders instead of on your hands. There's also a great warm-up exercise or just something to throw in there as an alternative to squats. You can do single arm things like punches. These are really good for core stabilization and shoulders. You can do arm raises. These are another good core exercise and another good shoulder exercise. This is a good one for your legs, for your hips. Something that you really can't do with weights. So you can put it around your feet. This works, in a pinch. I prefer to use an anchor for that, and I'll show you that in a second. So I prefer to use an anchor. From here, you can do all sorts of great things. You can do rows. Much easier to get a lot of good tension on the rows. You can step further back. When you're sitting down, you're stuck with however long your legs are. Now, what if you find that you've maxed out, say, the second highest one, but you can't actually lift the highest one? This green one is really hard to move. You just add bands together. You can bundle them up. When I do deadlifts, I do all the bands. So you can do a bench press with, again, just lying on the ground. I prefer to do this with an anchor, but you can do this. You can do things like this where you put it behind your back. This is the best way, I think, to do bench press type of things, and standing up is a little more comfortable too. Straight arm twist, this is another good core exercise. You can do this with a doorway. Now what you do is you tie a knot, get a knot in there, and you put it through the door. Flat in through the door, the knot on the other side. I recommend doing this with a door that opens away from you, or has a really good door jamb like this one does. And you can do face pulls, higher face pulls there, tricep extensions like this. You can do tricep pull downs like that. So same thing, you can put it under the door or put it on a doorknob or something lower And again, there's all sorts of things you can do with this. Those are some examples of things you can do with bands. If you're just working out to stay in shape, you can get away with just using bands, and that's all you need, bands and body weight. So you don't need a lot of gear, you don't need a lot of room. This is a great solution. However, there are things that limit them to a certain degree. So one thing is it's hard to really max lift with bands. The other thing is if you're an advanced lifter or you're really looking to like build explosive power with cleans and jerks and things like that, bands aren't going to be your friend. You can't really do a clean with bands. This is probably not the solution for you. Here's the other thing. They're very inconsistent. So if you go to the gym and you lift 45 pounds, you know you've just lifted 45 pounds, and then maybe you're going to try to work to 50 or whatever it is. With these, you really have no idea what you're at. Other than you can say, I've moved from the black to the purple to the green. If you step on it slightly differently, if you're using your feet for resistance, if you just one inch difference is going to change the resistance on these things. If you choke up or down on them, it's going to change the resistance. So each time you do something, it's going to be different. If you're just working out to stay in shape, to get in better shape, that doesn't really matter, honestly. For some people, I would say, yes, you can replace an entire gym for under $30 using bands, but it's not for everybody. Perfect for people that just want an easy way to work out at home, are just trying to get in better shape, and are not too concerned with exactly what they're lifting or moving. So as we age, it's very important that we keep working out. This is a great way to work out and save your joints. And I want to remind you that in the 12-week workout program that I've started for the holidays and beyond, bands are the only thing you need to get for that. It's body weight and bands. And so you can do an entire 12-week workout system just using bands and your body weight. So it is very possible to get in very good shape, start getting in shape, maintain your shape using bands. Do you have anything you'd like to add to that? Do you think maybe I've missed a point, or think that bands are just ridiculous, or think they're great? Leave a comment. I'd love to respond to you in the comment section. Tell your friends. Please like and subscribe. And as usual, stay healthy.